what's up? So today I want to talk about something that for a while has been on my mind, and I want to throw it out there. And today we're going to talk about macros and what are macros. And I know a lot of fitness people have recently gotten really into talking about workouts and what they should do and what they do and how to grow your glutes and how to burn fat and all these wonderful things, but nobody stresses the fact that not everybody's the same and everybody has different ways of going about and different ways of how they acquire their goals. So not everyone's the same. So what might work for me might not necessarily work for you. And I want to do a series of videos that really emphasize on what you personally can do in your time to really get your ultimate result, whether that's lose weight, gain weight, get leaner, shed fat, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. I want to help you out. So we're gonna first start talking about what are macros. And I know that some of you might know, and if you know a lot about macros and what they are, then you really don't need to watch this video, but you can watch it still. But we're gonna talk about what are macros, and I have it all written down so I don't ramble on and get really crazy about it. But this is the first step to understanding how to acquire your body, your goal body, your dream body. So we're going to talk about what are macros. And macros really just are macronutrients, and what that means is just like, anything that's like, and I'm sorry, this is off track, but like I'm really sorry about like the stains that I have. I dyed my hair recently and it's just, they're still there. Anyway, so macronutrients are proteins, are carbohydrates, are fats, minerals, vitamins. Those are all part of macronutrients. But nobody wants to be saying macronutrients, so they shorten it to macros. So we're going to talk a little bit about each one, and I'm not going to go too in depth about what they are and what they really do. Just want to kind of overlap what they are so you have a sense, an idea of what they are and what they do. So first to know, it's what are calories. And this doesn't really relate to like, it's not a macro, it's just an emphasis of how we calculate macros. So calories, and the actual definition of calories is the amount of heat required to raise a temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. Now if you read that, you're going to be very confused, because I'm very confused. But really, I like to talk about calories as something that is like a fuel for your body. It really calculates how much fuel your body needs and how much fuel your body releases. So calories can be counted for how much you're consuming versus like food wise, and how much you're using, and like that's calories that you lose when you're working out. So calories are gained and calories are let out. So they're like a fuel, kind of like a gasoline for your car. You put gas in your car and you use gas, and that's kind of how I want to talk about calories. So when people talk about calories, there's a lot of emphasis of what are calories, and other people are like, oh, calories are not real. And I'll talk to you guys how you calculate calories. So to do that, we're gonna understand that carbohydrates have 4 calories, proteins have 4 calories, and fats have 4 calories, and they're all per gram. So 1 gram of carbs, 1 gram of fat, and 1 gram of fat. They equivalent that many calories. So when you see the nutritional fact of your favorite food item, or when you're shopping, or if you're looking into the, what calories and the nutritional value are, you will see that it says serving size, and then it has the amount of calories per that serving size. Well, if you see the grams of fats, carbs, and protein that particular serving size has, and you add them up by the amount of grams they have, you will acquire the calories per serving. So to explain this in a simpler form that you understand, if it has 1 gram of fat, 1 gram of carbs, and 1 gram of protein, it's 4, 4, and 9. You will add those up, and it will give you the calorie intake for the serving size, which might be half a cup, tablespoon, whatever it is. So that's just for you visual learners out there. Calories do have a meaning. They are important and they're used, and you can use them in your everyday life. So that's just something for you guys to look at in your spare time, and it kind of gives you a sense of calories and what they are. So enough about calories, and we're going to talk about carbohydrates. So Carbohydrates are something that a lot of people have been going about, whether they're good, they're bad, don't eat them, eat more of them. So we're going to talk about what are carbs to begin with. So carbohydrates are the easiest form of energy your body uses. They're not the only form of energy your body uses, but they are the simplest to burn and use. So whenever you intake, carbs, your body goes through this chemical reaction that I'm not going to get into, and you use that to help you acquire or do work. So whenever you eat carbs is what really gives you energy to do certain things. Fats also give you energy, and they give you more energy than carbs because they are higher content. Remember that carbohydrates are 4 calories versus fats are 9 calories per gram. So fats tend to give you more energy, but they're slower digestive and they don't get used by the body as fast as carbs. So usually carbohydrates are your body's go-to fuel. They're the first thing your body taps into in order to acquire energy whenever you're exercising or just doing work. That's the first thing your body's going to use is carbs. So carbs are what gives you energy, and we talked about that. But they're very important in a diet, no matter if you're trying to lose weight or gain weight. They're especially important if you're trying to gain weight, but they're also as important if you're losing weight. Carbs are, if you've ever been in a very low carb diet, you'll understand, but if you haven't, let me explain to you. Carbohydrate depletion is terrible. You will feel very tired, you will be very irritated, you will be angry at everything, just in a crappy mood, excuse my language, all the time. And that's just because they really do play a major role in your entire metabolism and how your body works. So crash diets, or like diets that restrict you from your carbs, are not the best way to go about it. Now, if you are someone who knows about nutrition already and you're hearing me say this, you're going to be like, well, that's not true. Yes, I understand that in order to lose body fat, you have to cut carbohydrates, but there's a proper way of doing so. You're not just going to go one day and be like, you know what, I want to lose 10 pounds. I'm just going to cut out my carbs and just eat no carbs, just eat lettuce the rest of the day. Like, that is the worst way to go about it. In order to do a proper diet, you need to go about it intelligently, and in order to cut out carbs to lose weight, you need to do it slow and gradually. You can't just completely empty out your entire diet of carbs and hope for the best, because I guarantee you're just not gonna make it, or you're just gonna be in a terrible mood at all the time and just hate yourself all the time. So carbs are very important for moods, for energy, and they should be not taken for granted. Again, it depends on what you are trying to acquire with your body that you use carbs. Trying to gain weight, you go for more carbs. Trying to lose weight, you kind of deplete your carbs. But there is a way to do it that is intelligent and smart. But we'll talk about that in another time. With that, I'm going on, rambling on. So there's different types of carbs, and there's simple carbs and complex carbs. If you've ever read an article about nutrition or bodybuilding or any of that stuff, they talk about complex and simple carbs. Now, simple carbs are anything that's like your white breads, your white pastas, your rice, your white rice, any white flours, anything that's processed and sugary in a way. It's your simple carbs. And potatoes are starch that has simple carbs, because simple carbs are very quick digesting. You eat them, and within a couple of minutes, like 40 minutes to an hour, your body has digested them for energy. So they're very quick digesting carbohydrates, and those are the simple carbs. And you have your complex carbs, which are your whole grains, your oatmeal, your darker flours, brown rice. Those are complex carbs. They tend to have more fiber than simple carbs, and your body tends to have a slower digestive of them, so they give you energy for a longer time. And those are like sweet potato. They have a lot of fiber, and your body takes a long time to process them, so they give you energy for a longer time. Now, I know that a lot of people say, white pastas are the worst, like white flour, just stay away from it. And one is not necessarily worse than the other. They just have different purposes in your body and how you use them. So again, this all goes back to what your goal is and what you're trying to accomplish. Simple carbs are fast digesting. If you're somebody who is constantly working really hard, if you have a very active job and you work out, or you're someone who has a really fast metabolism or any of those things, simple carbs might be better for you just because they're very quick digestive and you need that boost of carbohydrates at that moment. Or if you know you're a runner, you're a sprinter, like football player, simple carbs would be better for you, for your type of activity and what you're trying to accomplish. But again, one is not better than the other one. They just depend on your diet, what you're trying to accomplish, and yeah, so that's all I'm gonna say about that. So now we're gonna go into protein. And protein, the most common form of protein that people think of is animal. You know, animal meats and animal produce like milk, yogurt, cheese, but there's also a lot of protein in certain plants like soys, beans, nuts, certain leafy greens like broccolis have a lot of protein for veggie. So if you guys didn't know that, broccoli has protein. Protein is extremely important to take because unlike fats and carbohydrates that your body stores them if they don't use it, proteins are not stored in the body. They're disposed of. So whatever your body did not get to process or didn't get just gets dumped out. It doesn't get saved into anything. So protein intake every day is a must. You must hit your daily intake of protein every day because your body isn't going to store it for the next day. So if you're depleting your body of protein, that means that you are losing muscle mass, which is extremely important because the higher muscle mass you have, the more you're burning calorie-wise. So if you're trying to lose weight, building lean muscle mass is extremely important to help. But fats, there's good fats and bad fats. Now, when we talk about good fats, we're talking about animal-based fats like fish, you know, meat and all that stuff. And we talk about certain fats from plants like avocados, olives, nuts, and certain tropical oils like coconut oil. Those are good fats. And good fats have a lot of omega-3 fatty acids, and they have a lot of saturated and monosaturated fats, which are healthier than trans fat, if you guys didn't know. But saturated fats are better for you. So good fats have omega-3 and saturated and monosaturated fats. And then you have bad fats, and those are fats such as like peanuts, corn, what was the other one? Sunflowers, canola oil. Those are bad fats. And the reason they're bad fats is because they're really processed fats, and they have been refined. Is the word, refined fats. And they tend to be heavier in omega-6 fatty acids. So notice how good fats are omega-3 and bad fats are omega-6 fatty acids. And they're highly oxidized. They oxidize very quickly, so that tends to be really harmful for your body. So try to stay away from bad fats. So if you didn't know, omega-3 fatty acids is what covers a layer of your cells. So all your cells are covered in omega-3 fatty acids, and that's why it's so important. And a lot of people talk about omega-3 and how you should consume it every day. But a lot of people don't know what it is, so it is essential for your body function. Not only that, but it helps turn on good genes, I like to call them, which are the genes that help burn fat, and they kind of turn off the certain genes that in your body that want to store fat. So a good amount of omega-3, to put it in simple terms, a good amount of omega-3 fatty acids kind of makes your body go, well, I don't really need to store fat because I'm getting a good amount, so we'll just use it all or dispose of it versus keeping it. So if your body is depleting omega-3 fatty acids, the chances are your body is trying to store more fat in order to sustain itself. So it also helps, omega-3 also helps support thyroid, which is extremely important to help regulate hormones. So thyroid is really what helps regulate hormones, which also helps with whatever you're trying to accomplish with your body. But that's another whole shenanigans. And it also helps with cholesterol. cholesterol is also very important to help regulate certain hormones like estrogen and testosterone. So it's vital for you to be consuming good amounts of fat that are good and not bad. Again, fats have a lot of calories, and they're higher calorie content than carbs or protein, and for that reason they tend to be well liked for people who need a lot of energy, or people who exercise a lot and need to have more energy for longer periods of time versus carbohydrates. But in all ends, guys, this is something that I really want to talk to you guys about. I'm going to be doing more videos about, nutrition and about what you have to do in order to obtain your body, because a lot of these people are out there selling programs and selling all these things, that are supposed to be designed for you, but really nobody knows you better than you. So I want to educate you into what you can do to achieve your goals and everything that comes with it. So all talking about nutrition, talking about proper exercise, not everybody exercises the same way, because not everybody has the same metabolism, the same, muscular structure, or have the same goals. So all these people out there selling programs don't really know what they're doing, don't really, specify them for your kind of body type, or for you personally, or whatever it is. So I thought, educating you guys would be the best way for you guys to really achieve your goals and whatever you're trying to accomplish. So we're going to be doing a series of, talking about nutrition, talking about healthy tips and how to stay in track and how to stay motivated, how to stay, committed, and how to start a diet and all those things. So if you guys have anything you guys really want to watch, or something you're really interested, or something you're confused about in nutrition, diet, exercise, whatever it is, let me know in the comments below, and I will try to do videos to help you guys answer and help you guys really achieve your goals, because that's what it's all about. It's about being healthy, being happy, and living a life that you truly enjoy. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy and learn something new.